Hello, everybody. This is Hiro, and welcome to another episode of my playthrough of Virtuous Last Reward. In our previous episode, we got another bad ending on our hands. This is what we did. We got the deal game over, all because we chose to ally with Clover. Which, hey, to be fair, the game did warn me about it, and I chose it, fully understanding the potential consequences. I still stand by what I did because there are just so many outcomes and so many branches to unlock. We have to do all of them at some point. So why not just go with my gut instinct and whatever I feel like at any given point? And so, taking that into account, you will notice that finally all the possible outcomes of the first round of the AB game have been unlocked. We have both betrayed or allied whoever was our opponent for the first round. And so now we have a bunch of secondary choices to make in some of those, especially regarding the doors that we have to take. But before we do that, I was actually very curious and have been very curious for a while about the story logs that we have been getting along the way. Specifically, the very first story log that we got, log number 4, we're at the infirmary and there isn't enough antiviral medication. Now, if you will remember, the conundrum here is that both Alice and Quark are sick and displaying symptoms, but we only have one dose of the antidote. So, yeah, apparently we have the information that we need to progress past this point, and I think I know what it is. It's knowledge, or should be knowledge, about the immunoglobulin replicator that we found in the laboratory in a different branch. So I'm just so interested to jump right into this. Maybe I'm wrong about what the solution is or the intended solution is, but hey, it's definitely going to be exciting because we have a bunch of choices to keep making after that. So, yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it. And here we are, like we never left.
All right, please pay attention, everyone.
Now, I believe this should be, dialogue that I'm able to skip because now she's gonna explain about the symptoms and we're gonna find the second bottle and stuff. So I just wanna see what is new. So don't mind if I skip all of this exposition that we know about. Yeah, there's the bottle. We were briefly talking about the pots. Oh, here we go. So this was hold on. Yeah, I need to calm down. Think there had to be some way to save both of them. It was there. I knew it. This is right where it stopped last time. It faded to black. But now we have some knowledge on our hands. IG equals immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
That's right. IG replicator?
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy machine.
Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Any ideas?
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
It's something even better than ice cream by the gallon, Clover. That's it! I've got it! The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replicator machine.
What?
Ah, we just got an achievement. If I told you you had a nice antibody, what is that name? It can copy immunoglobulin, antibodies. Lunia just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah.
How do you know, Sigma? Well, it's gonna take a long time to explain right now, so let's just go get it.
We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
Yeah. I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Never.
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
No. He was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir.
Yeah, we're just gonna go past the fact that Sigma knows. Hopefully though, this particular route sheds some light onto the morphogenetic field stuff. I'm very interested to see what the connection, the connecting thread between all of the events that have been happening has to do with morphogenetic fields.
That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
All right then, let's go. Surely someone else could stay, but I mean, just in case, it's probably what I would suggest, but... Alright, this is exciting. That log has been quote-unquote unlocked for so long. I've been so looking forward to continuing the story. Through the red door. And here we are.
So this is the lab, huh?
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Excelivir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, alright? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excelivir into the slot on the side of the machine. Oh boy. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Excelivir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Yeah, right. And pressed. Well, we know Sigma has like a flair for the dramatic when it comes to pushing buttons and opening doors. Oh, jeez, those noises. Oh, look at this. It actually filled. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was.
Yeah.
It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
All right, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Oh. Ah,
What
shit.
happened?
Sorry, my hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
But it didn't break. Yeah, this one
What
though.
in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. I mean, we could still use the original. And to be fair, if this IG replicator doesn't have like a limit or anything, I would suggest making extra copies before administering them to the people who are currently sick. But that's just me. If it had broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Temioji could reply, Fi spoke. Oh, here we go. It's gonna be a bud. There's always a bud.
Guys?
What, did it break? I was surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath a table.
You see? It did break!
What is it?
No, the vial's fine. See?
Uh-huh. She held it up in one hand, but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
Uh-oh. She slid back from the table quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. Oh! Oh, yeah! Look at this. Number 2. Weren't we worried that there might be additional bombs? Oh, shit. A bomb?
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So
Yeah.
it would seem.
In other words, we're fucked.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
That's right. I don't think we ever looked like under the desk or anything, but
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
okay, yeah, they were probably doing that while we were solving the puzzle.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
I mean, we weren't solving the puzzles. We were not in this room. I'm getting my timelines mixed up now. We were never in the laboratory in this run before. So it's, I mean, I gotta take them for their word.
Who the hell would do that?
We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
I mean, technically speaking, I don't want to doubt Temioji or anything, but he was still alone and without an alibi. But
Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
yeah,
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane!
still a bit of a risk though, because the rest of us were running all over the place. We could have seen him, and that would have been immediately suspicious.
Listen
so...
to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Right. Temioji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Ooh, purple.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Maybe? You think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes, I imagine so.
Don't we need one of these to, like, deactivate the bombs?
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot. No dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything
So
here.
what do we do?
Come on, if I knew I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Oh yeah, we have this to contend with.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Well, here's the thing. Weren't we voting with wasn't Alice our partner in this run and we were going up against Luna? I believe that was the team configuration. I'm pretty sure I'm willing to trust Luna with this. So yeah, going ally is probably the best choice here. Unless she does like a complete 180 and she's like, aha, gotcha. No.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Especially since we're probably not gonna get Alice's input in 10 minutes from now. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, not to mention, I think this is one of the playthroughs where we're currently at 1 BP. So, yeah, we literally can't betray. Now, the question is, will it make Luna mistrust us? I don't think it should, but would Luna be willing to take the risk that it's very risky, but let's see what she has to
We've
say.
got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Eat it.
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later.
Okay.
Right now, we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Drop the topic, by the way, not the bomb. Also, I just took a look at the port that the bombs apparently have. It's not like the kind of port for like a memory card like the one that we just got. So, right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Accelavir, then head to the Flora A warehouse.
Right.
All right. Now, how fast is that gonna take effect? I
This ought
wonder.
to do it. It might take a little while, but they should recover.
And I still think we should have made like an extra copy if there is nothing like preventing us from doing so, just in case, just so we always have like an original at our disposal. But hey, that's just me. Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes, the analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir.
Awesome.
The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
Guys, they need to take a little rest.
I believe so, yes.
That makes sense, that it's not like automatic.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, guys, I hate to rush you, but we kind of have some other things to take care of.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later.
Yeah.
Right now,
I'm
we
on
need to get to the
Fi's.
AB rooms and fast.
I'm on Fi's side right now.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Floor A warehouse is waiting. Something else that I'm extremely worried about in this route, by the way. No sign of the dead old lady so far. She popped up the other 2 times whenever we went into the AV room for the first time. Didn't this time around though. And so I wonder if we're gonna find her now, later. What's up with that? And what makes it, like what's the differences between those routes and this one? Huh? Where's Temioji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
Oh, of course he did. What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice.
Right.
I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
Oh boy. Doesn't that sound like a winning combination? 1-on-1, huh?
Ugh.
I mean, Phi kinda realistically only has one option here. She is at 1 BP, thanks to us. But, yeah.
That's cool. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, no, you're the last person I would trust with those words.
I plan to choose Ally.
No, you don't. Absolutely no way.
You know why?
Because I've only got 1 BP.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you care about that.
If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
Oh, I'm so curious to see exactly what the aftermath of the vote is then. If you can actually, like, practice what you preach right now, sir.
I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
Yeah, no, bullshit.
You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had 1 BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else.
Phi, listen, you've been on top of this so far. I know... oh, yeah, this complicates things, doesn't it? Because Tenmyoji's on Dio's side, so if she does pick Betray, she's also, like, risking, like, Tenmyoji's life. Oh no, I'm so worried about this now. Uh-oh.
If she does, Tenmyoji will...
Fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now, it's entirely a question of whether she trusts Dio or not. And Phi has been, like, seemingly on top of everyone else as far as, you know, like trying to read their choices and what they might actually choose. The only time she was kind of off base was with Luna, because she's kind of like distrusting in general. So, oh,
Kay and I are gonna be going 1-on-1 too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
yeah.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Yeah.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but
I know. You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
I don't think that's what's gonna happen between these two, I'm gonna be honest.
yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
And are you willing to trust each other, considering that we know that in the previous run, when you two were allied with each other, when you were part of the same pair, you did choose to betray whoever was on the other side. Are you now willing to trust the other person then, considering that you already set the precedent that you're willing to choose betray?
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
I think Clover is getting betrayed here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Kay that's getting betrayed, or maybe neither of them get any points, and it's like, hey, what the fuck?
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now!
Indeed. Shall we?
Dio, Kay, Fi, and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AV rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went into room 3, Kay into room 4, and Fi and Clover went into rooms 5 and 6 respectively. That left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far
Sounds
left?
good.
Oh wait, we are actually like headed. Oh shit, we are allied with each other, and Alice is our opponent. Well, in that case, we obviously have to choose ally, don't we? I forgot about that specific group configuration here. My bad. Yeah, then that makes it so that we don't even have to trust Luna to choose ally. We're just choosing ally directly because Alice is out of this. I know that she betrayed us before in this particular run, but I don't care.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary.
Yeah.
So,
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. Oh. I grinned back to her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the Nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Are you willing to betray that trust? Are you willing also to be on Luna's shit list by choosing betray here? Don't think
9,
so.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Would it kill you not to wait until the last little second to do this? Like every time, every single time?
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
Now,
Ambidex gates now opening.
I'm interested to see what Dio is gonna do now. Is he gonna head to door 9 directly because he knows he has the points? Don't think he should have the certainty that he does, but Luna and I stepped out of the AV room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Alright. See? What did I say? Obvious. Wait, what? Huh? Hold the phone. What? What does this mean? Um, game? Game. Game, what's going on? Game, I'm dead. What?
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
Oh no. Oh no. Do you think. Oh. I can't remember. Do you think she went in and voted while she was like out of it? Oh no. This is bad. This is very bad, guys. Guys.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's appropriate. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No, that's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betrayed? It was a question I would never know the answer to. Here it comes. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soberil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
How did this happen? It's gotta be Dad, right?
Sigma!
Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. What? Alice. The world was gradually going black and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? Then the darkness closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Oh no. Yeah. Well, I wasn't seeing that coming at all. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me yeah, let's oh, never mind. Sorry, I accidentally clicked out of it. Hold the phone. Okay, first of all, that last bit where he thinks like he's seeing Alice and describing her like an apparition. I think this is like some morphogenetic stuff, like playing tricks on his mind and as he's losing consciousness. I don't think that's happening in real time, but it is very likely that that's something that happened because the AV game was already like in progress by the time that she ran away and we had to go get her and all of that. Meaning the doors were already open. She could have gone in if she wanted to. I think that's the case here, right? That she must have gone in and chosen betray as she was still like delirious. And we all assumed or took for granted that that wasn't the case. That's why we were so confident that we would vote ally. All right then. Well, fuck everybody else. I mean, no, not really. But we know we got a do now, right? Yeah, it's not even a question. I'm not even like
30
considering.
seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Not even considering like doing any other branches right now. I want to see what
It's
fuck is
probably
up.
a little late to say this, but
Yeah, Luna. I'm sure I will ally. I promise. Look how quickly my tune changed. Oh, Oh yeah, this is still skipping because it's still new dialogue. Um, Luna and I stepped out of the AV room.
Why?
Yeah, Luna, I know it looks bad right now, but trust me on this one.
What happened to it's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting? I thought.
Girl, just hear me out for a second. There's nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I picked betray instead. Now, if the game is gonna like fuck me over and make it so that Alice is choosing ally this time around, well, that's not fair. But then again, what just happened was hardly fair either. Something tells me, however, the branch that we have ahead of us on the flowchart is a little bit longer, so yeah, maybe we're a little bit more lucky this time. It had almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Yep, that's me. I'm the captain now. Perhaps I've been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that I've moved my finger to the betray button against my will. That is me. I'm the evil spirit. Right, well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are.
We don't. I guarantee you that we don't.
It's just simple math.
At this point, honestly, it could be anything. The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Oh boy. Now let's see if everybody else is also the same. Betray. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, no points going around this time around. But we're still alive. Oh boy.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What? It was impossible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. Only this time, we're still alive to tell the tale. No. How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Oh. Well. So she is here after all? Never mind then, whatever I was going on about. Alice. She was standing inside the second room from the left. Can anyone else see her? Is anyone else seeing this? The room should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where had she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. All right, cool. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh?
Girl! What is happening right now?
Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me? A coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you?
Well, that was a fast recovery.
Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit.
Girl.
I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that.
Okay.
They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary.
Oh, and you make the dash for here, this place, and just chose betray with no fucking consideration to the fact that I have 1 BP, and whose fault is it? Because last round of the Nonary game, the AB game, you chose betray. Again, without hesitation. So what the fuck? I'm the one who should be angry here, not you.
Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AV room?
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
Oh,
You did that just so you could betray us?
yeah.
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
Oh yeah, because you're in mortal danger, as we know, because you have so few points. You were so worried about losing 2 points. Boo-hoo.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense, my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid.
Oh yeah? What else is going on there?
I knew you'd choose betray.
Oh yeah, you did?
There was...
Tell the
That
truth.
is the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Pie and Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Phi would have killed Tenmyoji.
All these arguments falls on its face, by the way, when you consider the fact that if she hadn't shown up and voted, she would have defaulted to ally, and we would have chosen ally. Well, she doesn't know that we would have chosen that, but she doesn't trust us to choose ally. And that is the problem here. That's not on us. Your lack of trust is not on us, on what we do or what we don't do. Am I making sense? Okay, maybe I'm a little bit heated right now. I'm mostly like, I'm just so into this, by the way. This is why I'm getting like so emotional over this. But if she hadn't shown up at the last minute to vote, all right? She really thinks that Sigma and Luna would have chosen betray, taking advantage of the fact that if she's out of the AB game, she defaults to ally. She thinks that, she assumes that, because she doesn't trust us to do the right and morally correct thing. Because she is not willing to extend the same kindness to other people in this situation. Right? Yeah.
And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that too, huh? Okay.
Not that it seems to have worked.
And Clover, for that matter.
If either one had chosen ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
I turned to look at the results again. Before, I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word across all the roster, betray. Exactly the outcome that Phi was talking about whenever trust and distrust, whenever trust disappears and distrust begins to spread. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. Exactly what I was talking about. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out. We can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little bit more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay?
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution.
Oh yeah, get out of here before you faint or something.
Sorry.
Deal.
Well, in that case...
It's 2-5.
Yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, Everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here.
I'm not treating you like you're a villain, okay? I am getting a little bit heated, but mostly because this is exactly what I was saying was gonna happen in the end.
Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. Oh, Luna, I'm so sorry, but if I told you I knew what was gonna happen, would you believe me?
Everyone's gone.
You aren't gonna leave too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma.
Oh. Oh, Luna, I haven't done anything to deserve this.
I think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
Listen, you can't be that trusting either, okay? And I'm saying this, okay? I'm as the person who's choosing ally like at every single point. But that's too much. My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse. Alright, now we don't know who the fuck we're
The
playing
ambidex
next round.
gates have closed. Round 3 of the ambidex game will be the star round.
Just give me my color and my status.
Star keys are required to open the gates.
And then we'll figure out everybody else's.
There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. A cyan pair. What about you?
I'm a magenta pair.
No, it would be too lucky that we are partnered with you this time around too, huh? I wonder what the others
They
are.
could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
Got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. Anything can happen in these 80 minutes, just say. And by the looks of it, anything is gonna happen. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah, physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
But what though? If escaping is not what unites us? Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody choose betray. Including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
That's good thinking. So, should we do some investigating? Where do we even begin, though? After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark the Accelavir. Yeah, that might work. We can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else would work together again.
Right.
Honestly, considering how things are looking, I'm choosing Dio. I'm blaming Dio for this. I don't care. But how do we figure out who it is?
Do you have any clues?
Clues, huh? Well, it's Dio. Just trust me on this one, okay? just choosing to blame him for everything bad that's gonna happen from now on. That's right, the memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what's on it though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
Oh, I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
You have? Huh?
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Dio and Quark.
Oh, let's go
There was a memory card just like that one. Yes, I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Temioji. Park was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort and thought better of it. If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. Good on you, Sigma, honestly. That's great. That's a great trait for the main character of the game to have, by the way. As quickly as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. Oh. Oh. Oh, what is this? Seems to be a repeating pattern. Like the first two lines. Like every 2 lines, we get the same pattern. Do we have anything that we can get out of these letters? Doesn't seem like it at first glance.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
22 letters each. Let me take note of this. I'm not gonna copy the entire pattern, of course, but might take a screenshot. I mean, I can always go back and watch the videos, huh?
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
That's right.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me.
Means 44 letters, like repeating each other like every 44 letters,
I
right?
think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey, Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
Oh, they recognize it.
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
It's a cipher or something, right? Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Yeah. Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
Okay.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Ah, we know what this is about.
What are the Myrmidons?
Sort of.
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
Working for Free the Soul.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
There is that empty line at the very bottom, by the way. I wonder what goes there, if it's supposed to, like, something that we have to type in, or something that's supposed to, like, be just an aesthetic divider or something. But it is a bit out of place.
Then the bomb?
It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Does that mean one of us here is a Myrmidon? Hold on. Damn, I have got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
Right.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
See?
Not much we can do then. Can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do. Yeah?
Sorry, but I can't.
Why
Because
not?
you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
Fair enough. That's idiotic. Of course
Really?
I'm not.
And where's your proof?
I don't have any.
For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Alice, this is your choice to redeem yourself. Fine. You won't tell us about yourself. Then just tell us about the Myrmidons. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable concession right now. I mean, still, talking about all she needs about the Myrmidons is still, like, probably giving away too much of her potential identity. But we have to start somewhere, man. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought so. Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran out of the room. Hey, wait! Alice! I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover?
You already know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
I'm not flirting or anything. I'm just saying. She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. We stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
I don't hate you. I just... Something needs to change. That's for sure. You mean in the AV game?
Yes. I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying.
Yeah, the effects of the virus.
And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real.
Yeah.
Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
I understand. It was really scary for her. It must have been terrifying, honestly. To just be thrown into that kind of situation with those terrifying neurological symptoms. Then you're out, like from the anesthetic, and as soon as you wake up, the first thing they tell you is they're playing the AV game without you. I know that from my perspective as a player, it feels so obvious and logical to think about what should be done, but I know that it's not for these characters, and I understand. It was probably the radical
Yes,
sense.
I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back.
Right.
So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you.
Yeah.
God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
No, I'm not gonna do that. What the hell, Alice? I'm not gonna kill you. I don't even
You're
hate
lying! I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
you. Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek, and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached down, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
Do I? That's who you were after, right? People who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did he have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Come on.
If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know.
Okay.
About myself and about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. All right then.
Well, let's sit down, everybody. Alice took a deep breath and began. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why he moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. Oh no. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother, alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often, when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. The purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Yeah, you're potentially making yourself a target with that kind of work. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. Oh. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding, but trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. Okay. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Yeah, Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I expected. They told me they'd been locked inside the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. Okay, so hold on. Okay, I'll save my thoughts for later. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. Alright. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. That's right. If Hongo was indeed involved with Free the Soul, then that means they must have been behind the funding for the Nonary project. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. Yep. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. Ooh. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time, it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent off on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. Alright, this kind of completes the information that we got from her. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. Oh no. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. He had beaten him to death. Oh. As soon as Clover had been captured, a myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. A mask, huh? It said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise, just sending a message. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me, yeah. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. Oh. I broke down crying, right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They were pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was gonna die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on its own body. It sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time. We gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was gonna be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then, on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. Oh. That was a lot. A lot that we already had some context for, but indeed it's giving me some information that definitely recontextualizes everything that we thought we knew about Alice and Clover and the reason for their actions, however unsympathetic they might seem at first glance. So you inhaled that gas, passed down, and woke up here in the IV
Yes.
room.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah, thanks. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Yeah, we should. Oh boy. Well, this episode was a lot of strong emotions. There was the anger I feel of, a perceived injustice. There was, the self-righteous kind of impulse to be like, this is what I thought would happen if we start distrusting each other. We're getting betrays across the board and we're not getting out of here. But I'm so glad that Sigma managed to like reach Alice and we had this conversation because yes, it is true, as I was saying earlier, from an outside perspective of someone who isn't there and is just enjoying this game as a piece of fiction. It's very clear that it's easy to sometimes get caught up into the logical thinking of it all. Like, just observing everything from afar and the logical choices or the choices that would be ideal seem the obvious ones, but it's not for these characters. They're afraid and they are suffering, and in Alice's particular case, it is true she was sick with radical six just before waking up, and the first thing that she hears when she wakes up is very scary and very frightening. But this is why I think now is the time that we need to trust each other. It's difficult, it's hard, but something's gotta give, or we're not getting out of here. Well, I'm happy that we learned a little bit more about the truth and everything that's happening before this behind the scenes. But unfortunately, I think that's all the time that we have for today's episode. It's run for long enough, and something's telling me we're heading to an ending of some sorts. Whether that's a good one, a bad one that gives us anything to work with for future runs, I don't know. But we're gonna have to wait until the conclusion because, yeah, that's gonna be everything for this episode. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you would like to continue supporting my channel. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.